And a welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. I am here inside the Great Lakes Honda City studios, and Great Lakes Honda City is available for you on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. They are open Monday through Saturday for sales and service. Get a sneak peek by going to GreatLakesHondaCity.com. Of course, this is the Bearcat Breakroom inside of our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton University and your Bearcats. Today, I have two wonderful student athlete guests for me, and it's the first time that they've both been on the show. So we'll have here with Binghamton Bearcats women's tennis inside the 2025 season. You see Angel Walia here with me, and you will also see Nitya Vyas, who will be joining us as well. As they speak, we'll see them back and forth. So, Angel and Nitya, how are you?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
How are you?
Doing very well. So look at that, Nitya. She said right before, she said, I'm a little nervous. And guess what the camera did? It picked you first. So, Nitya, I'd love to know, to go back all the way in your history of the sport of tennis. How did you first get involved in tennis? And do you remember the first moment that you fell in love with it?
So I've been playing tennis since I was about 3 years old. My dad, he's always loved tennis, so he kind of got both me and my brother into tennis. And honestly, I would say the first time I really loved the sport was maybe when I was 7 years old and I played my first tournament, and it was a green dot tournament. And it was like the whole day of just singles and doubles. And it was just really fun. And I loved to compete. And it was just like a really good time. And that's when I knew that I wanted to continue to play and get up to this level.
Did you see that? Did you see Division One for you?
Yeah. And I think that my dad, he always wanted both of us to get up to that level, obviously, if we wanted to. But I think that since we had started at such a young age, like that was always the goal.
You said you remember from 3 years old. Is that memory like clear to you to this day?
Um, Not really, but there are a lot of pictures of
Okay.
us playing. We
Okay.
weren't very good, but there's a lot of pictures.
Well, you got better with time, right? That's how it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. They always say, like a fine wine, you get better as time goes on. So,
Yes.
Angel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So, I know that you're more of a newcomer to this team, so we will get to that in a moment. But for you, do you remember that's kind of first opportunity out there for tennis, the first time that you maybe stepped on the court, and do you know when you fell in love with it?
Yeah, so growing up, my brother actually used to play tennis, and I was more into like gymnastics, soccer, not tennis. But then I saw my dad was giving my brother a bunch of attention. I was like, I have to try this out. So I started playing and I really did love it. And my first tournament was Little Mo. It was when I was 11 years old,
Okay.
and I had such a great time. So ever since then, I started competing, and now I'm here at Bing, and I love it.
So you said, I like what you said. You said that you're all into gymnastics and other things, and you saw your
Yeah.
brother getting more attention than you, and you're like, wait a minute. So when you go back to that moment, do you give your brother any credit and be like, hey, if Dad wasn't looking your way as much as he was, maybe I wouldn't be on the court right now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if my brother started off with like hockey, I would have probably been there right now. So I do give a lot of credit to my brother. And he helped me train a lot. Like we hit together, practice together. So he was a big part of my journey.
I love that you both brought up your brother in connection to this sport. So Angel, I'll stay with you here for a second. What has been some of those favorite family moments of getting to do something like this, getting to have this passion for tennis, and to not do it alone, and to have your brother be there, like you said, training with him?
Yeah, it means a lot. A lot of people don't have a support system and they have to put in the work on their own, but to have like your family have your back through it all, it means a lot. And it 100% got me to where I am today. It wouldn't be possible without them.
What's your brother's first name?
Armand,
Armand. So what do you want, if you could say anything to Armand right now, what would you say?
I would say come to Bing so we can play some ping pong and tennis.
I like
Yeah.
that. So he's younger.
He's older.
Oh,
He's
he's
in
older.
college. He's a sophomore.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
sophomore. Okay, so you're trying to get him to transfer to Binghamton.
Yeah, he plays tennis for a different school, but I told him Bing is where it's at. He should come here.
Okay, so who does he play for right now?
St. Lawrence University.
Okay, so I mean, I can say whatever I want to say. So Armand, you know what to do. Have fun up there, and when this season is done with, half of your career left, maybe you should potentially go to a place in the southern tier of upstate New York that has the color green and rhymes with smare cats. That's maybe the place to go.
Yeah.
Nydia, for you, like you said, talking about your brother and being able to spend time with him in the sport, just what you could say to that interaction and what it's meant to you of having that family connection inside of the world of tennis.
Yeah, so my brother, he's actually younger than me. And tennis has always been such a big family thing for us because my dad was actually our coach growing up. He still is. And so every weekend, like we'd be at my tournaments, at my brother's tournaments, and we'd all be together. And like it was just such a big part of growing up. And honestly, like I think me and my brother are as close as we are today because we can relate on like the competitiveness and like all of that, or whenever our dad's really mad, we can relate on that too. But it is like such a big part of my family dynamic. And I honestly am really grateful for that because both of my parents understand what it's like and they really understand the sport of tennis. So it's really easy to rely on them.
And you said, obviously having your dad as your coach, is it true from your perspective that a parent is exponentially harder on their kid than they are on who is not their kid?
100%. I mean, coaching is definitely a side gig for him, but if he could, he would do it full time. He loves it, but he just, we've definitely had our conversations. Like, you're dad right now, you're not coach.
So you have to have that conversation of like put your dad hat on for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, oh, okay, okay. I got it.
So I have been around the New York, upstate New York, Long Island area. I've also been around the New Jersey area. I say that because I can hear your accent. It
Yeah.
it comes through, and there's just elements and pieces of it. So you are from Fairfield, New Jersey, and went to West Essex. How would you
That's
describe
correct.
home? And okay, I'm going to ask you two questions. I guess you got to be careful with the second one, but how would you describe home of Fairfield, New Jersey? And who's better, New Yorkers or what are they, New Jerseyites or New Jerseyans or whatever you want to call it?
Well, I'll answer the second question first. New Jersey is 100% better.
Oh,
Um, the people are better too.
wow.
And
Okay. Well, this conversation was
home,
great. Nydia, you can go. Angel, we're going to continue on from here
I'm
together.
gonna have to disagree with that. She's gonna make me run laps at practice
yeah,
tomorrow.
she's gonna have to run laps tomorrow. And home is very different than Binghamton for sure. I went to West Essex, which was a regional school, so it was four different towns together. But my town of Fairfield is very small. And it was just like, the suburbs. So it is like very, very different than Binghamton. But I'm lucky that I got to live like kind of both of those lives. And every time I go home, it's like kind of like a vacation, like, oh, this is different.
For you, if you went home today, I
Yeah.
want to know the first place you would eat at and the first thing that you would do, like non-food related.
I think the first place I would go is my local bagel shop. It's called Sam's Bagels. So I would definitely go and get a bagel. And then after getting a bagel, I would probably um go play tennis with my brother. But
Okay.
like
Okay.
not like serious tennis, like very just like fun tennis. And then I'd go to the mall because I have to make a stop at the mall. And
Okay.
then we'd probably end up like going to dinner at one of the local restaurants.
Favorite store in the mall and why?
I think my favorite store in the mall is probably Zara. And I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory. It's just very chic and classy, and I love it.
It's like the accent you have, and then like the chic, classy, expensive purse, heels, hair done, nail. There's just something about like the whole essence of that, right? So the essence of Essex, I guess I could call it.
Yeah, it's true.
There's something about that. Some high class out there.
Oh,
So
thank you.
you're welcome. Angel, I'm going to go to you now. And now we get to pretend like Nydia's not here and talk about how terrible New Jersey is. So
Ugh.
let's get into it here. Obviously, I got love for New Jersey. Everybody relax. But, Angel, for you, you are from New Hyde Park, New York, and you went to Herrick's. Bring me into your home and what you think about New York versus New Jersey.
I've been to New Jersey a couple times for tournaments, and I've got to say, Long Island, it beats it. I'm sorry, Nitya, but um, yeah, I mean, I love Long Island. There's so many little shops, like the town where I live, everyone's like a community. It's so connected, and I could just call up one of my neighbors and we'll go for a walk. I love it there.
So you go home tomorrow, let's say. Where is the first place that you go to eat? And what's the first thing that you do? And I'm going to show you what I learned because I've been down there long enough to know it. You're never in Long Island. You are always on Long Island. So if you are on Long Island right now, first place you would eat, and what's the first thing you would do?
Well, I definitely have more of a sweet tooth, so I'd have to stop by Ralph's Italian Ices. It's a classic, and I'd have to go with my chocolate mousse chip and cookies and cream ice. It's so good. So if you ever stop by Ralph's, that's what you should get.
Okay.
And to eat, I mean, yeah, I'd probably have to say one of the bagel shops. There's a bagel shop called Pantano's. It's like a 2-minute walk from my house. And me and my neighbors would always walk there in the morning, so I miss that.
Fair enough. Now, I do know that the bagels of upstate New York cannot hang with Long Island and New Jersey. I've been to certain parts, and I could say that there's good there in New Jersey and there's good in New York. So I have to ask you first, Angel, if you were to go get a bagel right now, what's your order? What is your bagel go to order? I want to know what's on it, what type of bagel, all of it.
I just go for an egg bagel toasted with cream cheese. I keep it simple, but sometimes I'll add some bacon in it to spice it up.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
The egg bagel, I did not know they existed until I went and got one in New York City. And then I felt like people had I felt like I was deprived, like someone knew this like amazing positive thing and they kept it from me. And I felt like I had been lied to for so many years of my life.
Yeah, you're missing out if you haven't tried an egg bagel.
That's right. So, Nydia, let me go to you for this. I know you mentioned the bagel shop that you would go to, so I have to know what is your go to order?
I love everything bagel toasted with scallion cream cheese. It's unbeatable at Sam's Bagels. It's too good.
So, you both said half of what I get. I love the everything bagel, or I love the egg bagel, and I love everything bagels. I did not know that they had a child a few years back. And the egg everything bagel is something that I love dearly. And I never, ever, ever get cream cheese except for if I'm in the the Long Island or New York City, New Jersey area, and I get the cinnamon walnut raisin cream cheese because it's like whipped and
That's a
it's
good
really good.
one.
So that's good. Or I get the bacon, egg, and cheese, and I know you got to say it really fast because it's only one word in that part of
Yeah,
of the United
that's
States.
true.
It's the bacon, egg, and cheese, and you get salt, pepper, ketchup, or you don't. So, yeah, I will be in New York City for New York Comic Con because our entertainment show, Superpowered Pop, covers it, and I am staying in the same hotel that I stayed in last year because if literally I walk out of the hotel, make a right, and right on the corner is my bagel shop. And I went there so many times that even though I don't live in New York City, I feel like they were getting to know me. And I will be there every day of New York Comic Con. I'm confident that I will be. So There's something about bagels. It's just there's something different about it. I will say my little sister hates bagels, which is
Oh,
crazy to me.
Really?
Yes, she hates bagels. I think she's warming up a little bit, but she doesn't understand the fanfare around it, I guess. So, but I think I have enough for the both of us. So let me go back to you, Angel. And when you look at Binghamton and why Binghamton, what was it that brought you to the Bearcats? Thing or things that really spoke to you that separated Binghamton from other places?
I mean, there were a lot of things, but to start, I met the team. I went to a match at LIU. It's close to my house, and everyone was really welcoming. I love the atmosphere. I saw how like people were getting cheered on, and I just thought like I definitely could see myself playing for Bing in the future. So that was one thing, and the second thing was the great academics. It was just named a public Ivy, so that definitely put it up there at the top of my list.
And for you at Binghamton, because we know that they are a top 10 national public Ivy League school, you are taking philosophy, politics, and law all at the same time. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it's just like one major though. It's like
Okay.
PPL, the pre-law program.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what would you like to do? What do you envision beyond tennis? What are you going to be doing in your life? If you that dream job, the place that you're saying, "Hey, this is my goal and aspiration." What is it?
At the end, I want to be a litigation attorney. So after Bing, I hope to go to law school. That's my biggest goal.
Okay, I love that. Now, is what brought you to law? What made what I mean that passion, was it just always something kind of just innately inside of you, or were you exposed to something where you just like got around it either on a TV show or a movie or a family member, you saw something, you're just like, wow, I really feel like that's the place for me. Like how did you build that connection?
Yeah, so mostly from my dad. My dad's also a lawyer, so he inspired me. And I know it's a lot of hard work, but I feel like it's something that I could see myself doing. And also, I've seen like a bunch of TV shows, Law and Order. Like, I like the lifestyle. So, and the last thing, I know more than like probably 100% of the kids have gotten this, but when you argue when you're younger and they're always like, "Oh, I could see you as a lawyer," I've gotten that a lot of times. So
Your dad's a lawyer, you aspire to be in litigation. When your father and you are having a back and forth argument and you're on opposite sides, who wins?
I'd like to say me, but I don't want to lie. So, my dad, he does win. He'll pull out the randomest, like whatever it'll take to win the argument, the randomest facts, whatever. But he does come out on top when it comes to arguing.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you gave a shout out to Dad, and I'm sure he appreciates
Yeah,
it. But a few years down the road, let's see if we can change that answer to you.
yeah.
All right, Nydia, to you and for Binghamton. I know we spoke a little bit about your road and your love for tennis, but how did Binghamton become the place that was just the right fit for you?
So my so when I was looking at schools, the biggest thing for me was I wanted to find a school that was academically the right fit, but also a school that I could play on the team and also about the teammates. So after looking at a couple different schools, when I came to Binghamton, one of the biggest things was I'm a bio major and the biology program here is one of the best. But also when I met the girls, they were all again super welcoming, but also like they were all super close to each other compared to like some of the other teams that I met with. All the girls like were best friends and the team environment was just so much better and I could really see myself like succeeding academically and on the team in an atmosphere like that.
You both said that. You both said that there was just something about how the team interacted that you wanted to be a part of it. What was it, Nydia, that you saw? How did you know that? Because people say we're a family, we love each other, we care about each other, we do everything together, whatever. But there's the people that say it, and there's the people that actually do it and they live it. So, what did you see? What were you exposed to that made you really say, like, oh, okay, like this is who they are. They're not putting on a show for me because I'm getting recruited. Like, how did you know that this team is connected and caring and loving, and that it wasn't just all for recruiting?
So I came for my official visit. So I stayed overnight. And so I got to meet all the team and I got to spend a lot of time with a lot of the girls individually. And the one thing that I did notice was like they were very honest with me. They didn't just say, like the good stuff just to get me recruited. They said, like, listen, sometimes we have 6 a.m. lift and you're gonna have to wake up. Or like, there's been times we've lost a match and we have to go run sprints. But like they were telling me everything as it was, but they were also then telling me like all the good stuff. Like, oh, even though we have to wake up at 6 a.m., then after that we all get team breakfast together and we hang out. And another thing that our team was really big before was we had a lot of internationals. So because our team was full of a bunch of internationals,
Yeah.
when the internationals come here, the team is their family. Like they don't have anybody else here, so it becomes a lot of like a close-knit family. Like for example, one of my teammates, I live with her. Her parents are not here right now, so we have become so close as roommates because she has no other family. So like right now we definitely have a little less internationals than we had my freshman year,
Yeah.
but I will say the fact that there are so many people who are not from around here does make us all so much closer.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. And it's definitely something that I'm happy to hear, that you have that family connection that you felt and that it's continued since you've been at Binghamton. You said that you are a biology major. So,
Yes.
what is your aspiration in this world?
So I'm a bio major and economics minor. I want to go into medical device or pharmaceutical sales and marketing. And I was previously thinking about going into healthcare, but I realized that like this is just more what I want to do because I want to get into the working field and I want to be able to just start working. And since I always did have that bio background growing up, I realized that like I want to be involved in the process of like making the devices or whatever medicine it is that actually is able to help people and getting it to those people.
Do you feel like there's a better, I mean, do you kind of look at this and say, like, not only do I want to do this, but I feel already a desire or a calling to make sure that people get what they need? Because one of the biggest things that is always up for conversation with really anyone is healthcare. So do you feel that way? Do you feel like, hey, I want to be someone that can help someone get to something easier, be able to afford it, know how to get it, or to make sure that it's being made correctly? Do you have a passion for that element of it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have been an EMT for a really long time, so I've seen the actual healthcare side of it where you're helping people hands on. So, being in that position, I really wanted to be able to do something where I would still be able to help people, but by using something I'm good at, which is, talking to people and like explaining to them how certain things can be used to their benefit because that's something that I think that I would actually be able to benefit people with.
Well, we need the help and we need the honesty and the care. So I hope the best for you in that sense
Thank you.
with all of it. Angel, I want to go back to you. And you spoke about how you saw this team as a family, just as Nitya also saw that. What was it that stood out to you the most?
I think so. I never came for an official visit, so I think the one time I really met the team when I watched them play against LIU, that was what really sealed the deal. I met all of them, I've talked to all of them, and I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, my team's like a family, but you never see them act on it. But during that match, I really saw them lifting up each other, and when someone was down, they would cheer for each other. And we just had our first match against Navy last weekend, and I saw it again there where if someone was down, we'd be cheering them on, and no one was like distracted with their own thing. So the team atmosphere really showed during that match.
So you've seen it already come back, like what you
Yeah.
thought it was. That is exactly what it is.
100%.
Well, Before we get into rapid fire and put each other on the hot seat, and we'll do a little round robin so we'll all get to ask each other questions. I know your head coach, and I have had him on the show multiple times. I had him on the show right after he was hired, and that being Paul Caceres, the Binghamton Bearcats women's tennis head coach. So, Angel, I'll start with you. Tell me something good about Coach Caceres.
Um, Something good about Coach Caceres is that he's flexible. If we have a need or something that, or if we're late to practice because of academics, he won't really punish us for that, and he'll understand us and listen to us, which is something that a lot of college coaches don't really have. And they're just like, okay, you're a minute late, I'm gonna leave without you, or you're a minute late, run laps. He'll really understand like why you were late, and if it's a valid reason, he won't penalize you for that.
Well, I mean, obviously, I mean, that shows another side of, even more so to the conversation we have here all the time, that Binghamton cares about academics in a world where Division One athletes, it's everything but academics we hear about. In Binghamton, it's the opposite. I hear about academics all the time, whatever conversation I'm having. Nitya, for you, tell me something good about Coach Caceres from your point of view.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is that Coach Paul is probably the most positive person you'll ever meet. Like, as a coach, a lot of times in college athletics, you have coaches who are really hard on you and try to push you, with like negative emotions. But Coach Paul is like the complete opposite. Anytime you're in the middle of a match, all you'll ever see him doing is cheering. And he genuinely believes like we can win every match, regardless of who we're playing. And I think like having that kind of positivity really pushed us to have such a good season last year, because it's just, we're not really used to it. And I know personally, like it gives me a lot of confidence knowing that Coach Paul is on my court, because he's, always in your corner. And he obviously does give good advice too, because he's a very good coach. But his good advice plus his positiveness just really ties it together.
I love that. Positivity, something that the world needs so much more of. Bearcat Breakroom, we are here inside of our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton University on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios. I am here putting a spotlight on Binghamton Bearcats women's tennis here in the 2025 season, and we have Nitya with us as well as Angel. We're going to play our rapid fire now, and this is how it's going to work. Nitya, you will ask me, I will ask Angel, Angel will ask you, and then we'll go back around. It can be any topic, any question. We have to answer the question. So, Nitya, you have a question for me, and you get to start.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant?
In the world?
Yeah, anywhere.
So, I'm trying to remember the name of the place. In what did you say? Oh, I thought you said something. Oh, okay. I would say, man, in the world, it's gotta be. I can't remember the name of the place. It's in Naples, Italy, but it had Naples is the birthplace of pizza, and I know why now. And I went there with my dad, and we just went a few months back. 11-year promise to go to Italy because I'm Italian and Hispanic, and we went to a bunch of different places. But the margarita pizza in Napoli, right down the street from our hotel, I would swim through the Atlantic Ocean to go have that pizza right now. So the name is escaping me. It's like one word, but that's where I would go. Are you laughing because I don't know the name? So
No.
okay, but yeah, it would be the pizza. It would definitely be the pizza.
Okay.
All right, Angel, I get to ask you a question now. All right, Angel, let's do this. So, you are being tasked to write a script. What type of genre movie are you writing? Now, Nitya, you, and I are all going to be in this movie. Is it a drama? Is it an action movie? Or is it a comedy? And you have to pick a job for each of us that is not what we're doing right now.
Okay, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
For Nithya, honestly, I think she'd be perfect at marketing. Like, but if I had to pick something else, I'd say, let me think. Like, can she be like a cheerleader? Like, Nithya will be a cheerleader.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, and then for you, you could be like a personal chef,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we do a comedy movie, mixed with some action. I don't know what it would be about though. Like maybe um I'm having a race, and if you'll be my cheerleader, and then you can like fuel me up with some healthy meals.
Okay.
That's a good one, Angel.
Thank you.
I like it. It's definitely I've never asked the question like that, and so on the spot you did a good job with that. I like it. So okay, so now you get to ask Nitya a question. And am I saying Nitya? Am I saying it right, or is it supposed to be Nithya?
It's Nitya.
Nithya. Okay, so I apologize for botching
No,
that. This is
Angel is just saying it the correct way, but everybody else says it the wrong way.
okay. So most people say Nitya,
No, everybody says Nydia.
and
Everybody.
so but it's Nithya.
Yes, that's the correct way to
So,
pronounce
so
it.
Angel said it right. You didn't correct me this entire time. Bless your heart. And everybody else says it wrong. So let it be known here. It is Nithya, and that. So I apologize. You should have just like slapped me through the screen. It's all good. So, all right, Angel, your question for Nithya.
Um, okay, it's gonna be boring compared to yours, but if you won the Powerball and you could buy any car in like the whole world, what would be your dream car?
Okay, well, like, I feel like this is kind of basic, but like, I think I would want like a white Mercedes convertible, like
Okay, yeah,
with
that
like
fits your
brown
vibe.
leather seats. I feel like that would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
All right, Nithya, you get to
Okay,
ask your
now
question
you
back to Angel.
guys had some like interesting questions, so I have to think of an interesting one.
For Angel.
Um, hmm. If you were to assign us, both of us, to two other sports, what would they be and why?
Okay, so you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Okay. All right. If I was to assign you to two other sports, what would they be and why? That's a good question. I would give Angel gymnastics because she said that. So I'll give you gymnastics and let you go through that world. And then, yeah, let me see here. Well, I'm 5'8". You're what, 5'6", right?
So actually, it was recently found out this weekend that I'm 5'7", so just let everyone know I'm 5'7".
Okay, so you're 5'7". Now the reason why I bring it up is because I played basketball, and I still to this day will play, and I love the sport. At 5'8", I wanted to play. Growing up as a kid, I wanted to play in the NBA. I'm 5'8". If I had played soccer back then, because I have a passion for soccer now, 5'8's a perfect height. So at 5'7", and knowing that you have that New Jersey fire and spunk to you, I'm going to put you on the soccer field, I think.
All right, I'm there. Sounds good.
Okay. Now, Nithya, you get to ask Angel a question now.
Oh, I get to ask Angel a question?
Yeah, we'll go back the other way.
Okay. Um, hmm, Angel. If you were to trade spots with one of our teammates for a day, who would it be?
That's a really good question. Um, I'd say either you or Lauren.
And why?
Yeah, you gotta know why.
I don't know. Okay, I feel like I just want to experience a day. And would I have the same thoughts as you and everything?
Yes.
Yes, I just want to see like what you're thinking. Yeah, and
Okay, that's fair.
yeah, and then for Lauren, I don't know. I just feel like she's also another interesting person. So I'd want to experience a day in the life of her.
I find that interesting. Lauren Cuomo was on the show a few months back, so I'm sure she'll appreciate that. All right, Angel, what is your question for me?
Oh my God, everybody has like really good questions. I'm kind of gonna copy yours, but if you can pick any job right now to be like the best at, like you'd be like number one, what would you pick?
I need you to be well. I will tell you this full disclosure. I do not compete with anybody else. I compete with
Hmm.
myself. So I'm
Hmm.
always interested in kicking my own butt from yesterday. So I would say I would challenge myself to do some things that I kind of do already, but I would do them more professionally, which is stand up comedy,
Okay.
music, since I've sang since I was 3 and I've written at least 40 songs, I think, at this point. So I would challenge myself to learn how to play the guitar that is in my office, and I would sing. I would do stand up comedy, and I would make the movie that I am actually preparing to write right now. I would make sure that I brought that to fruition and stopped just talking about it.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Cool.
All right. Now I get to ask Nithya a question to go back around here. So, all right. I'm going to ask you a three-parter as well. We're going to have some fun with this. So, Nithya, you have to, this is a teammate question. You have to
Okay.
tell me what teammate you would trust to jump out of an airplane and be on your back to pull the parachute to save you both and make sure it's not a backpack. So I need to know who you would trust to have jump out of the plane with you and pull the ripcord on the parachute. I need you to tell me what teammate you think would get you talked into a Mexican prison. And I need to know what teammate you would trust to do stand up comedy professionally.
Oh my God. Okay. So the last one, stand-up comedy professionally, it has to be Sam because we're just a dynamic duo. We're so funny together. Um, you could ask Angel. We're quite the duo.
Okay.
I'll back
Um,
that up.
Okay.
so definitely Sam for the last one. I would say talked into a Mexican prison, probably Lauren. 'Cause she's my doubles partner. She can talk me into doing some stupid things.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
and then jump off of an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Julia because she's very smart and she's also like a scaredy cat. So like
Okay.
she would not let us die. Like there's no possible way she would let us die. She would 100% figure it out and she'd be like praying the whole time we're falling. So I think that's my answer.
I like it. I can appreciate it and respect it. So, with that being said, we are off the hot seat for Nitya Vyas as well as Angel Walia, myself, Dan Tortora. This has been another edition of the Bearcat Breakroom, and today spotlighting Binghamton Bearcats women's tennis inside the 2025 season. Nitya and Angel, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you out there this season, having a lot of success and building up this family together.
Thank you.
Thank you.